Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss with you guys how I bought a new 2018 BMW M3 for under $63,000. The real question is, how did I buy this new 2018 BMW M3 for under $63,000? So it started back in October. I used to drive a 2014 BMW F30 335 xDrive. Luckily I was able to get that brand new with a 6-speed manual. I had that car for almost like 5 years, and what happened was my rear brakes ended up having some issues. I ended up having a DSC failure, which caused the rear brakes to lock up on the highway, and this caused about, I would say, from what the dealer wanted, about $10,000 worth of damages. So I'll include some photos into this video. You'll see it. The rear calipers end up basically seizing or overheated. It went from a royal blue M Sport brake calipers to almost black. The rotors were warped, along with the brake pads and sensors being melted. So that issue was going on for a little bit, and I thought it was time for a change. So I ended up selling that car after I got it warrantied, which in another video I'll discuss why I got it warrantied and the benefits of being with Geico. So after searching for a while, I was looking on TrueCar, Cars.com, anywhere I can, even on the forums. And I was looking for a used BMW actually. And the colors I wanted was specifically an Austin Yellow, Sakura Orange, if I'm pronouncing that right, and Nardo Gray, which is probably one of the hardest colors to find used. So basically, one of the colors I wanted to go with was definitely the Austin Yellow. And the reason I wanted to go with the unique color is because I plan on keeping this car for quite a while. I would say at least 6 to 7 years, I hope. So far I love the car, but it was hard for me to find a Austin Yellow. For about like a month I was searching back and forth. So I ended up finding this 2018 BMW M3 in Bloomington, Minnesota. I ended up dealing with this sales agent. His name is David Fuzz. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his last name right, but he had this vehicle on his lot, and disclaimer is, this had 8,000 miles on it. Alright, I know I said it was brand new, but considered with Geico and everything, this was new because it was never owned by anybody. This was an executive owned vehicle. So basically these executive owned vehicles, they're owned by dealerships, either the shop manager or some of the management of the dealership are allowed to take these homes as take-home vehicles. So somebody that was in the higher ups was able to take this beautiful machine as a take-home vehicle. We'll consider this brand new is that I'll be the first owner on title for this vehicle after the dealership. So with that being said, I was able to have this vehicle and have all the benefits of it. Some of the benefits I want to tell you about is basically having all the maintenance covered. The average oil change for a BMW M3, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, is roughly about $150 to almost $200, depending on dealerships and promotions going on. And it also includes brake servicing, brake fluid flush, brake pads. As long as I wear them out before that 3 years, 36,000 miles, that's what the maintenance covers. I think they changed that in 2017. Any new BMWs coming with 3 years, 36,000 miles for maintenance coverage. So the difference between buying this used and buying this brand new is that I don't get the depreciation hit. I'm buying this vehicle considered new from the dealership. I'm the first owner of the vehicle, and it comes with a lot of benefits. I'll show you a little bit about the car. So as you can see, it's a 6-speed manual. I got the black interior. Got the weather text there, it rains a lot, so much in Florida that I don't want to get the carpets all dirty and stuff, so I end up using some WeatherTechs. 6-speed manual. The car came pretty much mint. I maintained the car pretty much well. Some of the things that included or came with the car was a BMW M Performance factory lip spoiler. Along with that, it came with, at first I thought this was kind of like tacky, but it came with the M Performance side skirt decals, which actually goes pretty well with the Austin yellow and the black combo. Came with the upgraded wheels. Factory comes with 18s, these are the 19s. I think these are 437Ms. Something else that I came with was BMW M Performance mirror caps in carbon fiber. I'm gonna try to make this quick so I can go inside the car. It's pretty hot out here. Again, this is South Florida. Another thing they included was the BMW M Performance black kidney grills. Factory ones come with a silver chrome on the side, which doesn't really look pretty well with it. I'm actually glad it came with it because that was something I was gonna upgrade. Some of the things I've done to the car was, the first thing was to get a paint protection film for the front clip that includes the quarter panel, the hood, the front bumpers, headlights, and the mirror covers on the outside. Gotta protect that because, you know, with rock chips, bugs, everything else, it's gonna cause damage, especially driving the highway a lot. Since I live in South Florida, there's a lot of highway driving. All right, I didn't want to stay out there too long. It's getting pretty hot. The weather right now is like 92 degrees. This is South Florida again. All right, so I'm on my way to meet up some friends, but I want to discuss with you guys why I consider this such a great deal. So number one, I wanted to buy a car that was used in my terms because I didn't want to take the hit of depreciation on the car. For example, you know, a brand new BMW M3 with the certain options I have right now, it's gonna run you about $75,000 to almost $80,000. So I know I mentioned something earlier about, you know, the benefits of having this car brand new or considered brand new, was basically having the maintenance coverage, which is such a great thing. I don't have to worry about that. I can take it to the dealership, get it all serviced. Most likely I'm not going to renew the maintenance plan. I'm just going to let it go as is. Another thing I want to mention also, if you guys aren't familiar with Geico's mechanical breakdown, I know I mentioned it earlier, look into it. If you guys are about to buy a car that's considered, you know, brand new, a dealer-owned vehicle, I think the criteria are less than 15 months old and less than 15,000 miles, which considered new for Geico. I called up Geico just to make sure, hey, I currently have mechanical breakdown insurance for my 2014 335. I wanted to see if this vehicle that I'm about to purchase qualifies for it. So I asked them, they ran the VIN number, and they told me absolutely. It's less than 15 months old and has how many miles? I told them about 8,000 miles on it. They said absolutely, the coverage will basically be on the vehicle if you want. So if you guys have bought vehicles in the past, I know sitting at the dealerships, they always try to get you to extend the warranty. And owning a BMW is expensive because some of the parts can be really expensive. For example, I mentioned earlier with my rear brakes on my 2014 335 had a failure on it. It was about $10,000 worth of damages. It was a headache, which is why you should look or considering look into an aftermarket warranty or even extend your warranty if you want. But knowing myself, thankfully I was looking at the forums. I forgot I had Geico's mechanical breakdown. So long story short, I'll get into another video about that, like I said, and I'll discuss what the benefits are. But for example, I'll get into it briefly. I'm paying $25.10 a month extra on my insurance premium. What this does is it covers my vehicle up to 7 years, 100,000 miles, and that's any mechanical issues. That includes the engine, transmission, drivetrain, which I said, anything from the drivetrain, suspension, or anything like that, it covers it. So once my warranty expires with BMW, Geico kicks in and covers the cost of it. I think they require a, you gotta pay a deductible. Deductible is $250 per claim, and I'll get into that later. So that was another selling point for me to buy this vehicle. Something I wanted to mention and why I bought a BMW M3. For the longest time, if you could relate to this, hit the like button, you know, shoot a comment below. But I always admired the M3. It was one of my dream cars when I was younger. Started with the E46, always admired that. It's such a beautiful car for that time and age when I was younger. Then when they came out with the E90, E92, fell in love with that too. At that time, I was younger, you know, going to college. I wasn't fortunate enough to be able to buy that. So I'm finding a 2018 BMW M3. Had everything. It was fully loaded, had a moon roof, which I'm actually glad because I like the carbon fiber roof. Had an executive package, the Vision package, everything was, you know, to the top of the line. It was in Alpine White, which my other BMW was Alpine White, and I wanted more of a unique color. But I was being impatient and I wanted to get a M3, so I was gonna settle for that. Long story short, this guy ended up screwing me over. I could discuss another video of how he screwed me over, but I'll keep this video somewhat short. So that didn't go through, and I got kind of frustrated, and I continued searching online. Anytime I had a chance to look at a car, you know, on cars.com or truecar.com, I was looking on my phone, you know, dinner table, having lunch, at work. If you can relate to that, you know, definitely, you know, eager to get something, you want to look for it. So I ended up finding this 2018 BMW M3 on TrueCar, and I ended up calling, you know, the dealership up. The first person I spoke to was David, and if he's watching this, if he ever does watch this, thank you so much, because you made my dream car come true. I gotta thank my friend Omar, because he does a lot on this channel. I've been to a lot of negotiations with him on negotiating for a vehicle. He helped negotiate a vehicle for my father and also my other friend, but I gotta thank him because I kind of learned the ins and outs of how to negotiate. I'm not perfect, but he helped me a lot. So I ended up negotiating with David over the phone. The car was listed at $64,500, and with taxes and fees, I ended up negotiating it down to under $63,000. I don't have the paperwork with me right now, but it was under $63,000. And it was something that I was very comfortable with, because knowing that I'd be the first owner of the vehicle, which is a great selling point, because if ever I do decide to sell it, you know, I can sell it as a one-owner vehicle, which is currently true. It's not lying. But how can you not love this vehicle? Look at that. This vehicle is so nice. In November 2018, the interest rates roughly around 4%. Other dealerships quoted me about 4%, and that was something that I believe my credit score was, you know, pretty great. It's above 800, and I thought about it. I should be able to get a better interest rate. So I ended up basically looking at other credit unions, and I was able to see a credit union that had a 2.5% interest rates for a new and used car, which is something that was pretty appealing, because if you think about the inflation rate's about 2.5%, almost 3%, depends on the time of year, but that's inflation rate. Or quote me if I'm wrong, shoot a comment below. But I was comfortable with paying about 2.5% of interest rates for a used car. So that was something that I had to negotiate with David. He couldn't improve it, obviously. This is something that he had to get his finance manager to approve it. And, you know, something I would advise too is to never settle, because they're always going to tell you no. And the minute you have some proof, which I, you know, copy the website link, I sent him over the website, and I told him, this is what I'm offering, this is what I'm being offered, what can you guys do? I want to basically give you guys the business. Could you guys match that? And this is something that they went back and forth with, but I finally got the okay for it. And it's something I was very happy about, because I didn't think it was going to work, but it worked out. I got a 2.49 interest rate on this vehicle, which is considered new, but really it has 8,000 miles on it when I bought it. And that's another reason why I think this is such a great deal. So I had an option of getting this car shipped over, The dealer said that it would have cost me about $1,750 to get it shipped over, along with having a notary come to my place to basically get all the purchase agreements and the purchase documents notarized. And I would have to wait about a month. And being myself, like, I'm pretty sure many of you other guys would have been impatient. I really didn't want to wait a month, and plus I was out of a car because I already sold my other car already. So it would have been $1,750 to have that all done. The road trip was about $220 for my flight, along with my girlfriend's brother's flight. Gas ran me about $280. Tolls are about $26. Food and coffee and caffeine, everything was about $80 for both of us. So the total was $606 roughly, to basically drive it from Minnesota back to South Florida. But the best part was having a priceless, epic road trip. I'm not gonna lie, with the first 5 hours it was nice, but 26 hours was kind of rough because we did straight back. We did 5 hours each. As I did 5 hours, I would jump in the passenger seat and take a rest, and then he'll drive another 5 hours. The car performed well. The car did pretty well. I did about 25 miles to the gallon on the highway. But I definitely didn't want to wait a month. So the only minor issues that came with was just minor rock chip over here, minor rock chips over here. Luckily, the car has paint protection in the front already, so that's all protected right now. What I should have done is put color chips and kind of blend that in so it's less noticeable. But eventually when I replace the paint protection film, I'll redo that again. I just wanted to mention one thing where kind of motivated me to go out there and find the car where I wanted was watching another YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is called Tommy L Garage. If you guys haven't heard that, check it up. He has a good channel where the first video I saw, he ended up basically flying out to I think Wisconsin, to the dealership that kind of screwed me over the first time. And he picked up a 2017 Yas Marina Blue competition package with the moonroof actually, and drove it all the way back to New Jersey. With that video, it kind of motivated me to actually, maybe look outside of Florida and kind of look at what's available. And for the longest time I was looking at, somewhere closer, but I ended up flying far away, but driving back, well worth it though. Love this car. Plan to keep this car for quite a while. But if you guys haven't checked out his channel, look at it. I'll link it in the description. I think he does good content. If you're watching this, your videos are great. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys find this video of some entertainment, like the video, consider subscribing. We're going to be coming out with more videos, content of this car along with Doug's other cars, because he has like a whole bunch of cars. But stay tuned for more, and thank you guys so much for watching again.